Hey, how's it going, everybody? I decided while I was working earlier today, I had some ideas going through my mind. Maybe I need to turn a light on here. There, that's a little bit better. I am in my car waiting for my son to get done with a class that he's taking for a job. So why not use that time to make a video? Anyway, earlier today I was going over some thoughts in my head of different things that I've been reading, and I pay a lot of attention to Eric Worre and Amber Voigt, and one of the things that they talk about often is mindset. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And so start off, I want to talk about people who are saying that they want a new life. They're wanting a change in their life. And you might be one of those. I know that I'm one of those. I recently quit my 9-to-5 job so that I could work my network marketing business full time, because that's something that I know that I want that will make a good change for me. So I've been working a lot on changing my mindset, or at least looking at my mindset and investigating who I am as a person to make sure that I can do the best that I can. And so I think the first question that you have to look at when you say, I want a new life, I want something different for myself, what exactly are you wanting to change? So looking at that and saying, I have things in my life that I need to change, and you have to look at that and say, okay, I have this and this and this. I am grateful for these things. I love all of these things. And then I have these other things that I would like maybe to do a little bit differently or to change. So when you're doing that, you have to look and ask yourself, what is my mindset? Pause for... Okay, there might be a little pause in there because I paused it when my son got in the car. I wanted to talk to him for a minute. So when you're asking yourself, what do you want to change in your life? One of the first things that you might want to look at is, what is your mindset? Where are you? What are you putting out into the universe as far as positivity and negativity? Do you look at things and say, oh, I hate this, and I just want it to go away? Or do you look at things and say, this is something that's not working for me and I can do something about it? So one of the questions that I have for you, just as I was going through this for myself, was, do you believe that you can do it? How are you supposed to move forward and do something if you don't believe that you can? Is that something that's going to be successful for you? You need to believe that you can do it. It's not about whether the person sitting next to you, or your husband, or your boyfriend, or your parents, or your friends believe that you can do it, but do you believe that you can do it? And that's one of the first questions that I think that you need to ask yourself. And then the next question that came through my mind was, what are you willing to do in order to make the changes that you want to change? And we all have things that we're willing to do and that we're not willing to do. So looking at our own personal boundaries and deciding what we are willing to change and what we're not willing to change is one of those really important things that I think we need to do when we're looking at making a change in our life. And if you want a new life, what are you willing to do in order to make that new life happen? The third question that I asked myself was, have you sat down and asked yourself, do I have the skills or the resources that it takes in order to make this happen? And are you resistant to change? Or do you see the world as a learning opportunity? So that right there is, do you have the skills? You have to have that skill of being able to believe in yourself and having that self-esteem in order to move forward. If you don't believe that you can do it, and you are resistant to change, then it is going to be more difficult for you to make those positive changes in your life and for you to have that new life that you want. Change can be scary. Definitely change can be scary. So are you resistant to that? What do you need in order to make those changes happen? What kind of skills, maybe self-esteem, maybe personal growth and development, what kinds of things do you need in order to be less resistant to that change? And resources. And when I talk resources, guys, I am not talking money. There are so many stories out there of people who started and they had nothing, and they went into a network marketing business or some other big change in their life, and they were able to make it happen. So I'm not talking about money here. I'm talking about other resources. Do you know the resources that are available to you to help you be successful in whatever change you're wanting to make in your life? So something that I wrote down here, and tonight I'm really needing my notes because I have all of this rambling and I don't want you to have to listen to me ramble. You have to build a positive mindset, and the first thing you have to do is be willing to be honest with yourself. And boy, I'm telling you, that is really, really hard sometimes, that being honest with yourself and saying, I know that I can do this. These are the things that I have to do. Okay, this doesn't mean saying I can't do it. Saying I can't do it is not ever being honest with yourself. Maybe saying I'm not ready to do it right now. That's completely different than saying I can't. Okay, what I mean when I say be honest with yourself is, have you asked yourself, am I doing what it takes to prove that I am worth whatever my goal is? Okay? What can I do to get to whatever my goal is? Am I doing those things? Am I utilizing the resources that I have available to me? Am I surrounding myself with the correct people in order to get where I want to go and where I need to go? Am I making the right choices in my life in order to get where I need to go and where I want to go? And 100% honestly, am I willing to do what it takes to get there? Am I willing to do the hard work that it takes to get where I want? Am I willing to work maybe some extra hours so that I can quit that 9-to-5 job and have more time and more freedom with my family? So these are just some things that have been going through my head as I've been doing a lot of the personal development activities. And if that's something that you haven't been doing a lot in, but you want a new life and you want a change in your life, then it's something that I really recommend is start looking at those different personal development resources that are out there and thinking about what can you do, what resources can you use to inspire you, to motivate you, to empower you, and to help you reach those goals and the levels that you are wanting to reach. I am more than happy to talk to anybody about this, as it's something that I've really been going through and spending a lot of time doing myself. And sometimes just getting your foot on the ground and taking that first step is the most important thing for you to do. So if you're ready to do that and you need somebody to help you make that first initial step, I am happy to do that and help get you going on the right track. Hopefully my questions and my ramblings have inspired you to have your own questions and ramblings, and I would love to hear from you. Have a good day. Mwah.